Hey, DJ Bricks here, finally back for another video, and today I have a review on a 2019 Lego Brickheadz set, seasonal set. It is for Valentine's Day. It is Brickheadz number 81. It is the Valentine's puppy. The set number is 40349. The ages are 10 plus. It has 147 pieces. The price per piece is a little over 6 cents, which is severely overpriced, but that's because the Brickheadz here come with, the seasonal ones come with all this extra stuff on the base, so it's a little bit more out of sync with the price. But anyway, let's take a closer look at the set, starting with the build. So we're going to take a look at the Valentine's puppy build, and as always with Brickheadz, you get the display base and then the Brickheadz itself. So we're just gonna separate the two and look at them separately, starting with the puppy. So talking about the Valentine puppy, we're going to talk about his accessories first. In one hand, he comes with a brick-built heart on a gold stick, which is just an excuse for him to hold it. That's all it's used for. Doesn't really affect anything. And then this build right here is supposed to be a single rose, and I think it is a nice build. It captures how a rose looks, basically. It has nice pieces. How it's held is really interesting because they have his hand facing forward, but they use the clear 1x1 with handle on it attached to a sand green part for him to hold it, which is really interesting. But I do like its construction. It looks, there's a top view of it, and that does it for his accessories. So talking about other things, he is built from the feet up. He is pretty much built like most Brickheadz. The only difference is on the back here he's got a clip where it's slightly altered just so he can have a tail, and you can pose that any way you want, and you can just see the two pieces it's made out of there. The head, it's got a brown plate all the way around to represent a collar of some sort. It's supposed to be his tongue out, which is very rare that we see a Brickheadz detailing the mouth or anything. Standard Brickheadz face. Got the Brickheadz eyes and how the nose is done I really like, but what I don't like is these two studs just being exposed. It doesn't really look good to me, but that is just how I feel. Top of the head looks like that. It's got two hinges. I wish there was slopes on these two to cover it up, to round this out a little bit more. But the ears are really nicely built too, and you can pose them however you want, which is nice. So you can get like various expressions out of the Brickheadz here. And what I like is they built these sides here just staggered a little bit, so when you have the ears all the way down, it just naturally sits on the head. It's pretty smooth and straight from the back, but I'm going to take this Brickheadz apart a little bit just to show you the inner workings, because it has some unorthodox insides for a Brickheadz. So now that he is partially deconstructed, we can take a look at the inside. As always with a Brickheadz set, we get pink 2x2 brick to represent the brain. And what is different here is normally you have two 2x2 bricks and have various colors down here, which is not the case here. They slightly deviate up just because they needed this snot brick here just so they can attach it to the side. But it's kind of unorthodox for a Brickheadz to do. Normally it's all just straightforward, but that does it for that. Let's move on to the display base for the Brickheadz. So the display base is pretty much built identically to all the other seasonal Brickheadz that we've gotten, with the Brickheadz main plate still being black but raised up a little, and then you can see the Brickheadz kind of design there for the figure to stand. There's the underside of how it's constructed there, and what makes this different from the other builds is to represent Valentine's Day and the beginning of spring. You got lime green plates there with bouquets of flowers, and that's the 6 stem piece with 2 different kinds of flowers. Both of them were introduced last year, but we got that piece in red and that piece in dark pink, which is a nice. But that does it for the display base, and then you can just sit the puppy on there like that. Let's fix his heart. But that does it. So looking at the box, we have a nice, the logo and the specs down the side there. We have a nice product shot of the set. As typical Brickheadz fashion, along the bottom here we have the Brickheadz number along with the character it's representing. On the top of the box we have the actual size reference, which uses the heart build that the set comes with. And on the back of the packaging we can just see another full product shot of everything, along with a cross-sell showing all the seasonal Brickheadz that we are going to be getting throughout the year for each individual holiday that LEGO releases sets for. Interesting to note, the Thanksgiving Brickheadz isn't listed here because the Christmas ones is a 3-pack. So there's that. Now let's take a look at the instructions and extra pieces. Alright, so for the instruction manual, it's pretty basic and straightforward. It has 44 pages of building. It goes by really quickly by Brickheadz standards. But on this page we can see a cross-sell for the Easter Brickhead, which came out at the beginning of February. And then at standard fare we have all the part inventory for the set in case you need to reorder any pieces. And then on the back we just have the product feedback when thing. So pretty standard fare for instruction manual. Alright, so here are the extra pieces for this set. Pretty basic, none dark tan slope, couple extra red pieces, tile, slightly rare piece with a gold version of the stud with a hole in it. You get one each of the two different kinds of flowers that are in this set, which is nice. The clear handheld piece, of course, because this is a Brickheadz set, you get an extra piece of the Brickheadz eye print, and then best of all, the two 3-length bar pieces, you get one extra in the green and one extra in the pearl gold, which is nice. So that does it for the extra pieces. Let's move on to the final verdict. Alright, so wrapping this up for my final verdict for the Valentine's Day Brickhead for 2019, we're going by my Brickheadz point system. So for the price, it gets a 0.5 for just having a really shoddy price per part ratio. For the quality, nothing was really, if it was highest quality I expect from LEGO, so it gets a full point there. The build, as I've already established, was very involved and really nice for a build for Brickheadz, so it gets 3 points. And then for 5 whole points for the character, I feel like the puppy is built really well, really captures what an anthropomorphized puppy would look like, and I really feel like it also captures the general aesthetic of Valentine's Day. So all in all, it gets a 9.5 out of 10 for the entire set, and that should do it for this review. I'm going to keep building sets, and just like, comment about your thoughts on the set, share, and ring that bell so you will be notified of future videos, and I will see you in the next review. Until then, bye bye.